In this lesson, we are going to solve probability questions using Venn diagrams. Before we start, let's remember some of the information about the Venn diagrams. Okay, so in this Venn diagram, if I shade this part of the Venn diagram, it represents A. And if I want to represent B, I am going to shade this part of the Venn diagram, right? This part of the Venn diagram. So let's say that we want to represent both A and B, both A and B. So this part of the Venn diagram represents both A and B. Let's represent A or B. A or B. This shaded part. This is everything inside A or B. A or B. And now let's represent only A. Only A. Or we can also see this in the questions as A, but not B. So A but not B is going to be this part of the Venn diagram. So similarly, only B, which is also B but not A, is going to be this part of the Venn diagram. Let's continue. For example, let's say we want to represent not A. Everything outside A, or everything which is not inside A. So this shaded part of the Venn diagram, everything outside A, is going to be not A. And now let's represent not B. Everything outside B, everything outside B, it is going to be not B. And finally, we have neither A nor B. Neither A nor B. So it is everything outside A or B. So this shaded part is everything outside A or B, which is also called neither A nor B. Alright then, let's see a few examples. So, a group of 30 cats were given 2 different types of food. 7 cats liked only food A. So let's look at the Venn diagram here. So, which part represents only A? Only A. As you already know, only this part represents only A, right? So, let's remember this part. So, we write 7 here. And 5 cats liked only food B. Only B, and you know that only B is this part of the Venn diagram. And we write 5 here. 16 liked both. So 16 is the part in the middle, right? This part. So we write 16 here. And 2 liked neither. So we write 2 outside A or B. Okay? We write 2 here. This information is displayed in the Venn diagram. But in most of the questions, we are going to be drawing this by ourselves. Okay? If it is not given, we have to draw it by ourselves. Alright, let's see the questions. What is the probability that a randomly selected cat will like both foods A and B? So let's remember the probability. It is the number of desired outcomes over the number of all outcomes. Here, the number of all outcomes will be the number of all cats in this group, right? So it is 30. What is the desired outcome here? A randomly selected cat will like both food A and B. So both A and B. So this part is both A and B, right? Let's remember. Where is it? Both A and B, as you see. The part in the middle. So it is 16, right? 16 over 30. Now we can simplify this. It's going to be 8 over 15. You can divide both numerator and the denominator by 2. Let's look at the question B. What's the probability that a randomly selected cat will like only food A? Only A. Only A. So it is this part. 7 over the number of all cats is 30, right? 7 over 30. And C. What's the probability that a randomly selected cat does not like food B? So not B. Not B. It is everything outside B. What is everything outside B? 7 and 2. 7 and 2. So we are going to add them. 7 plus 2 over the number of all cats, a randomly selected cat. So it is 30. 9 over 30. You can just simplify this. Divide both numerator and the denominator by 3. 3 over 10 is going to be answer to the question C. Okay, let's see another example. In a class of 25 students, some study French, as you see, F for French, studying French. Some study German, so G for the students studying German, okay. Some study both, you see, this part represents both. And some study neither, so 3 here represents neither. This information is illustrated in the following Venn diagram. Okay. So this symbol represents students in the class. It is called universal set. Okay. You see universal set. What is the probability that a student chosen randomly from the class studies French? So how many students studies French is here? So this part of the Venn diagram, everything inside F, 9 plus 7. So here this is going to be 9 plus 7 over the number of all students. This is going to be, you can just add them up, or it is already given here, 25. When you add them up, it must be 25. 9 plus 7, 16, plus 6, 22, plus 3, 25. So 9 plus 7 over 25, which is 16 over 25, is the answer for this question. Okay, let's look at the second one. B, studies French and German. What's the probability that a student studies French and German? So in the denominator, we are going to write 25, and in the numerator, I have to find French and German. So this part of the Venn diagram represents French and German, right? This part of the Venn diagram. So it's going to be 7. 7 over 25 will be the answer. Studied neither French nor German. So everything outside F or G, it's going to be this part, right? This part. So what is the number there? It is 3. So the answer is going to be here 3 over 25. And let me do this question here. Okay, let's write 25 in the denominator and in the numerator. German but not French. Studies German but does not study French. So it is G but not F, right? It means only G, right? It means only G. So this part of the Venn diagram represents only G, right? So it is 6 over 25 is going to be the answer. A group of 50 students have the option of going on 2 different school outings. 20 of them are going to the museum and to the theme park. So 20 of them are going to the museum and to the theme park. 18 of them are going to the museum but not to the theme park. So let's draw our circles. Let's say this is the circle for museum, which is M, and for theme park we are going to use the letter T, and let's put our box outside for the universal set. All right. 20 of them are going to the museum. So this part in the middle represents both of them, right? Museum and to the theme park. So 20. 18 of them are going to the museum, but not to the theme park. M, but not T. Museum, but not to the theme park. So that's going to be only M. So this part represents only M. We're going to put 18 here. And 3 are not going on either outing. So not either, which means neither. So which is outside M or T. We're going to put 3 here. Okay, so do we have to write something here? So we can just add these numbers up, because 18 plus 20 plus this number plus 3 must be 50. So if it is not equal to 50, then we should write something here, right? 18 plus 20 plus 3 plus only T is going to be 50. 38 plus 3, 41 plus 9 is equal to 50, as you already know. So that means we have to put 9 here, we have to put 9 here. Okay, so let's look at the questions. Illustrate this information in a Venn diagram. So we have already done it, as you see. So let's do the question 1 here. What's the probability that a randomly selected member of the group, any member of the group, right? So we have to put 50 in the denominator. Now, is going to the theme park but not the museum. What does that mean? T but not M, which means only T. And this part represents only T, right? So we have to write 9 in our numerator. 9 over 50. Second question is going to the museum. So now for museum, we have to add 18 and 20 because everything inside M goes to museum, everyone, okay? So 18 plus 20, 38. 18 plus 20 over 50, 38 over 50. You can just leave the answer like that, or you can just simplify. So we can write 19 over 25. And let's look at the last one. Is going to a theme park. So how many going to a theme park? We have to add 20 and 9. 20 plus 9 over 50, which is 29 over 50 in the probability of a randomly selected member of the group is going to the theme park.